Yo, it is I, Sir Cannon, #1 bomb rush enthusiast. This can't be real life right now. Like, we're all seeing this, right? I get up thinking, okay, it's time to finish editing this Everhood video. Then next week I'm gonna like do Alabaster Dawn or Silk Song. Then I see Bomb Rush 2. Oh, well, excuse me. HYPERFUNK. I saw all the teasers that Team Reptile was posting to Twitter before the actual teaser trailer, but like, I didn't think it would look like this. I'm getting spammed with DMs like as I record this video. I don't even know where to start. I guess we can start with online multiplayer. Let's go. Definitely a no-brainer. Like, let's be for real. Especially when you factor in the modding scene. Like, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a sequel to Bomb Rush is online multiplayer. But I guess sequel wouldn't be the right word for it because it kinda looks like a prequel. That's an old Amsterdam sign. That is not New Amsterdam. Or it could just be there and the two universes aren't connected at all. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, the online feature is gonna do wonders for this game, trust. But I do wonder if they're gonna do like voice chat, proximity chat maybe. I definitely know there's gonna be some form of typing and communicating in the game. Proximity chat would be pretty cool. Imagine you whiz past somebody at top speed and just scream in the mic. Yeah, they would hate me on this game. There's also some interesting information on the Steam page that people may have missed. The first thing that stood out to me was graffiti battles. If you watched my last vid on Bomb Rush, do you know that I covered this mode that the community modded in a little section called graffiti racing? The skill ceiling is insane. The mode absolutely blew up. People like love it, bro. People get super cracked and optimized routes like crazy. I guess the one thing that is missing, and this is like the one thing that is missing, other than matchmaking and rank, but that might come later, honestly, is it would be nice if there was like more maps specifically tailored towards graffiti racing. You know, the base vanilla Bomb Rush maps worked very well, don't get me wrong, but you know, it would just be nice to see. Ignore me, I'm yapping. Essentially, the goal is to tag a certain amount of graffiti spots before your opponent does. You can change the amount of graffiti spots you have to tag. You can do it in solos or teams, but whatever. At first glance, this new mode in HYPERFUNK seems to be somewhat similar. The execution can be way different though. There's also 4 different types of graffiti now: tags, throwies, pieces, and blockbusters, whatever that means. I guess they're leaning away from the way they did like crew battles in the last game, like where you just kind of do a combo and build up enough score. And I guess you can also just claim entire areas as well for your crew and mark them as like your own territory. But the big thing out of this theme description that really made me raise an eyebrow were the hyper and the streets being like 2 separate realms, kind of. The streets being the real world, of course, and the hyper being like this online cyberspace type of thing. Or at least that's what I'm assuming it is, of course. From the info that they gave us, it kind of treats them separately. Like, the hyper is apparently influencing how society is now with things they're learning and getting up to in there. They say you can go to the hyper and meet random online players and then go to the streets and then group up with your friends in a crew or something. So I'm guessing the hyper is like this big online cyber world type of thing where there's separate modes and separate areas from the real world, and you can go to the train and do stuff with randoms. And then when you go back to the real world, you can group up with your crew and start doing style wars and graffiti battles and claim entire areas. Pretty cool stuff for Bomb Rush. We got a glimpse to how reality looks like in the trailer, but I wonder what the hyper will look like, because they have a chance to do something absolutely crazy with how the maps are laid out. In Bomb Rush, there's these dream stages with like insane level layout. Everything didn't make sense, but it was all congruent, you know? After you beat the game, you can't go back to these dream levels. The only ways to do it are by using like a flight mod or something that just no clips you out of the map, and then you can go back that way. Or if you hit a crazy clip and movement plus that launches you to a dream stage. It's called a dream skip. I've hit it a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely hard, at least for me to do it, but I've seen people do it in clips. You can also do it in vanilla Bomb Rush, but good luck. But the point is, I think with the inclusion of the hyper, there's a chance for them to, you know, bring back some of this level design philosophy. Get super crazy and abstract with it, do a bunch of cool stuff to contrast. Sadly, we won't know anything until Team Reptile gives us more info. That's all the speculation I have in the bank for the hyper. But now that that's out of the way, let's get to the gameplay. First things first, immediate pattern recognition. Look at this little effect when you go at like insane crazy speeds. I wonder what Team Reptile game we've seen this effect for. Lethal League, duh. And it's interesting because the way it's implemented in HYPERFUNK is very similar to how it's implemented in Lethal League. The description of HYPERFUNK says the higher your combo score, the faster you boost up to ridiculous speeds. And in Lethal League, the more you hit the ball or combo it in this context without outright killing your opponent, it starts distorting reality and going at insane speeds, creating a similar effect to what we see in HYPERFUNK. Almost called it Bomb Rush for a second. Really cool mechanic because I love BRC to death. I love vanilla BRC to death. But you know, after seeing what the community did with it, and going to Movement Plus, it's hard to go back to that kind of speed. Even though you can use the same exact tech that you use in Movement Plus to reach crazy speeds in vanilla, you know, you get the point. I'd like to say Team Reptile definitely saw what the community did with Bombrush and how they elevated the overall gameplay and evolved it and implemented it into their next title. I love indie game devs. One thing I will say though, we didn't see any new move styles. It's still the standard skates, BMX, and skateboard. And that's not to say that they aren't gonna add any new ones. That's just the ones we've been showing in the trailer and the ones that are listed in the Steam description. I really hope we do get some new ones, but I will remain seated. Next up, stuff we see specifically in the trailer. Right out of the gate, the map looks amazing. It looks beautiful, bro. And it looks extremely dense with people, like way more dense with people than Bombrush. And while they increased the NPC count, it looks like they toned down on some of the obstacles and props that had collision that just completely halted you. It makes sense since there's more of an emphasis on speed now, and we see exactly what can happen if you have a bunch of props lying around, because with Movement Plus, when you're about to hit an insane clip and you're going very, very fast, the instant you hit a single prop with collision, you just come to a halt instantly. Like, I can see why there's so many props in vanilla Bombrush, because, you know, there's no real emphasis on speed at all. You really chain together your combos by doing a bunch of rail grinding and manual links, so I can see why they did include them initially. Oh, and please do not change how the skybox looks in HYPERFUNK, bro. I don't know, something about just a stock image taken and just put in the sky and it's just still clouds. It looks so cool in contrast to how stylized the game is that please don't change it. I love that. The new animations look beautiful. It's to be expected that they would change up the animations and add some new ones, but to see them in practice is super cool. We get to see the grounded boost tricks are back and aerial boost tricks are back. Half pipe transfers look as cool as ever, and it looks like now we got proper acid drops without having to mod it in. Maybe it's specific to certain areas, I really can't tell, but I hope I can just like do an input and then I'll just like drop into the half pipe. It lets you chain in and out of things better and make for some cool combos. It overall make the game very fluid. Just good things across the board. And we get to see backwards manual. We haven't seen that since Tony Hawk Pro Skater. In Skate 3, you just do a nose manual. There's no actual backwards manual. We also see bro go through a tunnel and then he just starts manualing on the ceiling. Then he tricks off, lands, and links it into another manual. Then static starts appearing on his boost pack. And I'm guessing this is what starts happening when your combo gets bigger and bigger, pretty much telling you that you're about to reach insane speeds. Then you reach top speed and it's crazy. Like at the initial boost, the camera zooms out, you just leave behind smears, all the colors distort. Oh, and near the end of the trailer, we get this really cool clip of a character manualing onto a wall manualing, then jumping off. So I'm assuming they're expanding wall riding past billboards. If there's like a ramp that leads to a wall and it connects, you can just manual up the ramp and then wall ride from there. You can get so much from 50 seconds of gameplay. But you want to know what else I've low-key been thinking about? Would the game have workshop support considering the crazy modding community that BRC has? Like, I don't think it'll be something that if they were to do it, it would be implemented on release, but maybe as like a post-launch update or something. I think it would be pretty full circle. This community is full of like modding gods. I've seen it firsthand. Like, the Movement Plus mod itself is living proof. It completely shifted the way this game is perceived, and I feel like HYPERFUNK is a really good example of that. There's just no way they didn't take some influences from the modding scene. Mods like that are beloved in a community are like the best form of feedback to know what to do in your later games. Speaking of feedback, I wonder if they overhauled BRC's combat or just straight up removed it for HYPERFUNK, because the combat was pretty bare bones, you know. I don't have to say too much. Which leads me to think that in HYPERFUNK, you might just straight up run away from the police. I'm pretty sure they'll just have you running away from the police and it's like a whole chase thing. And honestly, I prefer that. It lets me like interact with the movement and environment a lot more. It's just cool all around. But if they go all in and doing that, bro, make it like a real chase. Don't make it easy for me, bro. I want the whole PD on me. I don't want 5 stars. I want like 8 stars, dog. And I just really want to play the game. Like Team Reptile, if you're watching this, if any of you are watching this, hit me up. I'm the perfect play tester. I won't snitch. Like, let's be real, bro. I got experience in every field. I can tell you if a game is ass. I can tell you if a game is good. I'm in touch with the community heavy, so I can tell you what people may want or want to see tweet. Okay, I ran out of reasons. Just hit me up. Like, DM me, please, 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 please. I don't want to wait another 4 years. Man, they really dropped this trailer out of nowhere. I was supposed to drop this Everhood video like 2 weeks ago, and I still got a 100% Silk song. And then they dropped the Alabaster Dawn demo. Like, come on, slow down. Is this the year of sequels or something? And then there's a bunch of new indie games I want to talk about. Like, my plate is so full. And I watched that Knights of Guinevere pilot yesterday. Oh my god, indie anime. There's way too much to talk about. It's like a double-edged sword. On the bright side, I never run out of stuff to talk about or ideas, but there's just way too much stuff to talk about. But yeah, hopefully Everhood next week. If no new surprises pop up. Well, I guess technically the same week because like I'm gonna drop this tomorrow, which is Sunday. Yes, I'm recording and editing this all in the same day. Don't say I never do anything for you. So I guess double upload maybe, unless I upload the Everhood video Sunday. Whatever, we'll figure it out when we figure it out. I really want a 100% Silk song and talk about the dozens of other indie games we should all be anticipating. Yes, all of us. We, me and you, everyone. You see what I do for you, dog. I bleed out my lifeblood just for y'all to call me a furry. It's okay. It's okay. Canon forgives you. But when HYPERFUNK releases, don't get surprised when you get all your territory stolen. All right, cue the pseudo regalia music. It's time that we reach the conclusion to this video, my friends. I bid you farewell, but wait. There's more. Could I interest you? Yes, you. And joining the official Canon Discord server. We have crab legs. All right, that junk is like killing my voice. All right, let's wrap it up. I still don't know how to end video. Up in here with Mike too, they can find you in the